Northrop football finished 3-7 last year, which was an improvement after going 2-8 5 years in a row.
My coach just got this thing where he's saying just keep hitting on the rock and it's going to break. And I think we broke it a little bit, broke that spell, that 2-8 spell. And I think the guys last year, we had good chemistry on offense. We just need to pick up defense, and I think this year our defense is going to be there this year.
The Bruins defense returned 6 starters. That includes defensive end Nigel Robertson, safety Jaden Smith, and others. It's not only an experienced defensive unit, but a unit with a lot of chemistry.
The energy is really high. We boost each other up. We make sure we keep each other in line. We make sure that we're not talking too much on the field, and we just execute together and win together.
Northrop gave up 28 points or more in 8 games last year, something that head coach Jason Dorfler believes can be improved in 2019.
Got into some shootouts where we had to score quickly, in late in games, and the points per game against was not real great. But there were times when we played very, very good defense for stretches, and shut out some good offenses for a half or for 3 quarters. So we just got to put it all together, and having experience returning, especially on the back end in the secondary, is very exciting.
Northrop has several talented players returning on this year's team, including wide receiver Quaylen Pettis and running back Jeremiah Green. Jeremiah Green led the Bruins with 800 yards on the ground last year. He will likely be part of a 1-2 punch at running back with sophomore Demarius Cowan.
He's a speed back, and I'm really like the vision and running through. And we got some similars. We got the same cuts or whatever. We both get the job done.
They complement one another very well. Jeremiah does have a little bit of burst. He also has the ability to kind of run in between the tackles, and Demarius is a little bit faster in a straight line, but they're very, very explosive, both of them, and we plan on using them both.
Quaylen Pettis started all 10 games last year, averaging 19 yards per catch and scoring 7 touchdowns. As a 6'4" wideout, he enjoys making catches in one-on-one matchups.
It's just a good feeling when your quarterback trusts you enough to throw it up, when it's just you and the guy on the island and he trusts you to make a play.
With other talented receivers, such as Adrian Scott, the Bruins could be very deep at wide receiver.
We could go 7, 8, 9 guys deep at wide receiver, and we're confident with all those guys. And Quaylen is a returner, but we also have some other guys that just have tremendous ability. We have some young guys that are competing for spots. So if we can put it all together, it should be a very explosive offense.
Now that Bailey Mirzo has graduated, Northrop does have competition at quarterback this year. Seniors Dylan Hoot, Issa Tachari, and Taquay White are all candidates for the starting job.
Dylan Hoot played a lot of the JV, or had the JV quarterback duties last year, and did a good job. Taquay White is back out for football. Some of fans around town might know him from the basketball floor, but he played as a freshman, did not play football his sophomore and junior year. Now he's back out, and a tremendous athlete. And then Issa Tachari is also very, very has some good abilities at quarterback, and we can use all 3 in different ways.
Well, they're all extremely talented. It's just going to come down to who wants it more and who works the hardest for it.
Last year, the Bruins played close games against Bishop Luers and Wayne, 2 teams that won 9 games apiece, which gives the team some confidence that they can compete in the Summit Athletic Conference.
We come in as one. We meet together, having separate little meetings or whatever, hang with each other to keep that teamwork and chemistry together so we can be successful in this SAC.
I feel like this year we're just more determined because we realized since last year we actually can compete with these teams, and if we just come together and compete, we'll be good.
And of course, there are plenty of big games on Northrop's schedule. They open the season against Homestead and close it out against state champion Bishop Dwenger. Also, the Bruins play rival Snyder on October 4th.
We have a hungry football team. There's no question about that. They've come close, and we've had to experience those close losses, and we've also experienced some big wins here the last year. So we just got to put it all together, play 4 quarters, and the wins and the losses, they'll take care of themselves. But we continue to grow and get better, and with the talent that we have kind of accumulated in these senior and junior classes, we expect some big things.
For Summit City Sports, this is Thad Goff.
He comes back near side, went to throw it to Pettis. Pettis up, and he goes at the top. 1st and 10 from the 49, and give them 6. Touchdown. The Bruins are on top and starting hot.
It's Meg Excellent on the beat.